Quite possibly the best thing about metal detecting beaches is it is self-replenishing. Thousands of people go to the beach every single day. I call them depositors. The beach is the vault, and we, as metal detectorists, are safe crackers. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to find more treasure metal detecting beaches, both saltwater and freshwater, with the Tracker 4. We're going to talk about settings, we're going to talk about equipment, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks. Dry sand settings on the Tracker 4. First, you're going to be in all metal mode, so the discrimination control will be irrelevant. The reason we're going in all metal mode is because it's simply the deepest mode for the Tracker 4. You're going to want to set that sensitivity as high as you can in the environment that you're at. So if you can max it, max it. If you do decide to go into the salt water, you're going to have to back that sensitivity down. I suggest setting it at the 12 o'clock position. You may have to drop even further down. Now let's break the beach up into search areas. There are three main areas you can metal detect. First is in the water. You can wade right into the water and metal detect in the water. Second is the wet sand area, where the water washes up onto the sand. And lastly, and probably the most productive area, is the dry sand. But not just anywhere on the dry sand. There's a place in that dry sand called the towel line, and that is where we are going to stick to. Why is the towel line so productive? It's simple. People don't want to lose their jewelry in the water. So what do? They take their jewelry off, they set it on their towel, and they go swimming. They come back, they lie down, maybe take a nap or sunbathe. They forget that they removed their jewelry. When it's time to go, they shake the sand off their towel and their rings and jewelry go flying, making it nearly impossible for them to find them. Look for cuts in the sand. What I mean by cuts are areas of the beach that the tide and currents have pulled sand off the beach. The reason these areas are so productive is that it allows you to get deeper and deeper. If somebody else came 3 weeks ago and the cut wasn't there, they're only detecting down 8 to 9 inches. If a cut came in and it was 8 to 9 inches, you're detecting down another 8 to 9 inches. So it allows you to get to older, deeper targets. The ocean has a peculiar way of dropping targets that are of similar density and similar weight in a line along the beach. Quite often, you'll notice that the coins you're digging are in a pretty close line. So if you notice that you are detecting a lot of coins in a line, stick to that line. The ocean is dropping like-weighted targets within that line. Also, if you start finding a lot of sinkers, you're probably in an area where gold jewelry is going to end up as well, because lead and gold have similar densities. In beach metal detecting, headphones are almost a must, and this is because there's so much noise. There's waves, and there's a lot of people having a great time, screaming, having a blast. So you've got to be able to hear the metal detector. The best way to do that is have a quality pair of headphones that'll block out the noise and amplify the sound of the metal detector. The next piece of equipment is optional. I don't use it, but I know a lot of beach hunters who do use them, and that is the pinpointer. I have two different pinpointers right here. This is the Tech Point from Technetics, and this is the Bounty Hunter pinpointer. If you do want to use a pinpointer while beach hunting, I suggest the Tech Point or the F-Pulse. The reason being is these pinpointers are pulse induction. which means they won't false on the mineralization from the saltwater environment. The next piece of equipment is also optional. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't, but they're gloves. Gloves are important because your hands get all wet and shriveled and you get blisters real quick. If you're gonna wear gloves, I would suggest using some rubber bottomed gloves like this. Now, you don't have to have a fines pouch. A lot of people I know just put their fines in their pockets. I find it easier because I like to take all the garbage as well as my great finds off the beach. It just cleans the beach up. The pouch I use is right here. This is called a Relic Elite. You can see inside it has a mesh bottom. That will allow a lot of the sand and water to drip out. Now, a piece of equipment that I highly suggest, you don't need to have it, but it is going to make your life beach detecting 100 times easier, is a good scoop. This is a stainless steel scoop. I'll put a link to it down below. It is on a carbon fiber shaft. This is a very light shaft, making this whole setup extremely light. Back in the day, and you're going to see in this video, I had a scoop that had a big wood pole. I'm talking about the type you would use on a garden shovel, and it was heavy, heavy, heavy. A lot of people go barefoot. I don't go barefoot. The main reason is because I use my foot to push that scoop into the sand. But another reason is that there are a lot of sharp items lying around on the beach. Glass bottles, pieces of metal, fishing hooks, that sort of thing. Now, what I wear are sandals like this. They're lightweight, the straps secure them, and the water can go in and out and rinse my feet off. I know a lot of people who will wear Crocs like this. Crocs are good because they're lightweight. They've got these little holes in there so water can wash in and out. Again, the sand will get in there and the sand will be able to wash out. I want you to watch this video right here where I show you how to find more coins at old home sites.